the edge of a quiet town, in a house with peeling blue shutters, lived Eleanor. She was a woman of gentle eyes and silver hair, and every year on the same autumn evening the neighbors would see her draw the curtains wide, push the furniture to the corners of her living room, and put on an old record. The song was scratchy, its melody faint with age. But when it began, Eleanor would close her eyes and rise to her feet. She would dance, slowly at first, as though listening for footsteps beside her. Then, with a grace that seemed to belong to someone much younger, children whispered that she was dancing with a ghost. Adults shook their heads softly, their hearts heavy with the truth. Many years ago, Eleanor had met Thomas, a soldier with a smile so wide it made strangers feel like friends. They had danced together on the night he asked her to marry him, and they danced again on their wedding night under strings of lights, their shadows spinning like one. But the war took Thomas from her before their first anniversary. All she had left was that one song, the song they had promised would always be theirs. Every year since, Eleanor had danced alone, not because she had forgotten her grief, but because she wanted to remember their joy. Each step was a memory, his laughter, his hand at her waist, the warmth of his breath as he whispered her name. And though she moved alone in her living room, she smiled, not a smile of denial, but of devotion. To her, the dance was not just mourning, it was love carried forward. Neighbors who once pitied her began to watch with quiet reverence. Some even said they felt a presence when she danced, as though love itself had entered the room. Years passed, decades even, but Eleanor never stopped. On her final anniversary, when her steps had grown fragile and her breath short, she still rose when the record played. She moved slowly, tenderly, as though cradling something invisible but precious. And when she finally rested, her neighbors said the room felt lighter, as if Thomas had come at last to finish the dance. From that night forward, no one played that old song again in the neighborhood, but everyone who had seen her dance remembered the lesson. That true love doesn't end when someone leaves. Sometimes it lingers in the music, in the memory, and in the steps of a widow who refused to stop dancing.